Hey, what up anyone is watching, this is View with Ice, and today I'm going to be focusing on a few of the most disgusting and disrespectful moments One Piece has to offer. Opening up this video, I'm going to start off with one of the most iconic moments ever, and that is of course Zoro versus Hawkeye. A fight which could be considered as one of the most one-sided fights in the series. Hawkeye could of course have just defeated Zoro without all the theatrics, but he of course had to flex and display the distance between their power by clashing with the swordsman with only his pocket knife and defeating him without even taking the slightest amount of damage, and in this showing exactly why he is proclaimed as the world's strongest swordsman. The conclusion of Luffy and Bellamy's first encounter is one of the most satisfying moments in the history of One Piece. And without question, one of the most embarrassing moments for any antagonist. The reason for this is because Bellamy hyped himself up as this elite level pirate, even disrespected Luffy by beating him up in the pub. If Luffy didn't stop Zoro at the pub, Bellamy's career could have been ended then and there, but they decided to spare him. And when it finally came down to the actual fight, Luffy defeated Bellamy with one punch. What makes it even worse is the Straw Hat Captain didn't even use his Devil Fruit ability. Luffy has a history of always being defeated. Most of the time he faces the top villain of an arc, he normally gets defeated the first time around, but no other defeat was as disgusting as his first encounter with Kaido. If Luffy was in his regular form, Gear 2nd or even 3rd, I wouldn't have made such a big deal out of this, but he was relentlessly attacking Kaido in Gear 4th, Bounce Man, which was his strongest offensive form at the time. And after all of those attacks on Kaido, the former Yonko simply stood up and with one swing of his club knocked Luffy out. Definitely one of Luffy's top 5 L's. I wasn't really planning on making a One Piece video because I don't really like repeating myself so much, but Luffy vs Lucci Part 3 inspired me to make this video. I cannot deny that Lucci has significantly grown in power. He even awakened his Devil Fruit ability and gained ridiculous speed, but even through all of that impressiveness, Luffy still made Lucci look like a fool. Lucci was giving it his all, meanwhile Luffy was having the time of his life. Gear 5th is just an OP ability because it is making high level characters look foolish in the process. When you look back at Luffy vs Lucci at Enies Lobby, the contrast between these two fights is night and day. I also don't understand why Lucci even wanted this because Luffy already defeated him, and as a high level government agent, he knows that Luffy defeated Kaido. He should have known that the Straw Hat Captain was on a completely different level. In 1100 episodes of watching One Piece, I personally feel that this is the most disrespectful moment ever. The thing here is, Kaido is a top tier character in terms of power. He belongs in the elite ranks. He was also the guy who defeated Luffy in one shot, as you saw earlier in this video. But in the final battle of Luffy and Kaido, the Straw Hat Captain used Kaido as a jump rope. I really don't know how much more disrespectful you can get. I know there are more incredible moments coming in the future that will most likely trump this in terms of epicness because we are slowly nearing the end game of One Piece, but as far as disrespectful goes, I don't see this getting topped anytime soon.